Hi, welcome to my channel. We are doing another day of testing Miss A makeup, and we are going to be going for more of a full face today, so let's jump right in. The first thing I'm going to be putting on is the AOA, which is the house brand Wonder Skin Poreless Primer. They actually have another primer that I did order, and I will probably be testing at some later date, but I thought the poreless primer would be easier to judge whether or not it was going for a poreless outcome and how long that lasted, since I don't know how well the foundation going on top of it is going to do. This is pretty liquidy, so let me just go in here to the pore-y areas. And this is going to be another long day, so hopefully it gives the makeup a little staying effect, but we shall see. Okay, and then I picked up a foundation. They do have house brand foundations there with the AOA label. They had none of them in stock in anything approaching my color. So if you have, you know, a much darker medium to really dark skin tone, they probably have something that will help you. You have to catch the lighter colors right away. So I got this Santee, and it makes me a little leery because it's sort of a dollar store kind of brand. But we did just pay $1 for it, so let's see what happens. It does have the funkiest doe ever, and I'm a little grossed out by the consistency in this bottle. First of all, it is not even half full, and it's really thick. Oh, it is not a doe, it is a funky eyedropper, which does not work well at all. I do, however, have some, so I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and see if we can make some magic. Okay, the dropper doesn't work at all as a dropper. I'm just kind of using it to scoop some foundation out of the bottle. Okay, the only redeeming virtue of this stuff so far is it does seem to be a reasonable match for my actual skin color. Otherwise, I am not sure what to think. It's going on as though it intends to be full coverage, but it is obviously not full coverage from one go-around. I'm going to see if it builds or if it just takes off what's underneath. Okay, it doesn't press into the skin real well, so attempts to build it just move it around. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Right now, the coverage isn't terrible. It doesn't have a funky smell. Despite the problems of the bottle, it did, you know, come out looking like foundation. However, it's already starting to oxidize a little and change color. So I don't know how this is going to go. I did also pick up some of the A&O house brand concealer. I wasn't sure what I wanted to go for. They had light ivory and classic ivory. So let's see which one of these is going to be a match. So this is the light ivory, this is the classic ivory. The light ivory does not actually appear to be lighter than the classic ivory, so I am going to go for that one. Okay, so I am just going to go for a little under eye and spot concealing. And I'm going to work that in with my beauty blender. Okay, the consistency is really, really thick, and it goes on like sticky. Okay, the concealer is almost thicker and more coverage than the foundation. It did not blend in super well with the foundation. You can see some little demarcation lines where the consistency shifts from with and without concealer. Having said that, I'm pretty sure the concealer on its own might be pretty effective. I think I'm going to test this on another day with my regular foundation. Because it did blend nicely into my skin, but I'm a little iffy how it's working with the foundation. Okay, I feel a little naked right now with no brows on. So let's see what we can do about that. Yesterday I used my fallback of the Miss A brow pencil, but for today I have a brow pomade we're going to use. So let me grab a brush. I think I'm going to go in this with a lip brush just for a little more precision. And I'm going to fill in my brows with this pomade and we will see how it goes. Okay, so I don't hate this. I just don't love it either. So it did fill in pretty nicely. It was a little hard to get on at first, as though there was some coating on the pomade. Once you got through that, the color was actually pretty intense. It is quite a bit darker than I thought it would be, which is something I'm not wild about. Going from no eyebrows to the bushy caterpillars is just not my look. Having said that, once you get through that top coat, keeping everything in, it went on pretty nicely. No clumping, no gobs on the brush, so I don't hate it, I just don't love it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this mess. This is the A&O setting powder. I got Soft Light. Okay, I'm having a little trouble getting it to shake out of the shaker jar. I did remove the sticker. Okay, there we go. I am making a mess of powder here, but I did get some on my brush. Okay, I actually like the look of this at this moment, but the application is super messy. Okay, I actually like the look of this powder quite a bit right now as it has first gone on. It didn't cake, it went on pretty smoothly. It seems to be going well with the funky foundation. I don't like the mess of the application. It really clung to the brush. I really struggled to even tap it off to go on a little lighter. And also, it's feeling just a little dry. If it stays like this, okay. If it gets any worse, no. So then we are going to look at the blush. I picked up 2 colors of the A&O Perfect Blush. I actually have a third color. I'm wearing it in some other segment of this video. So I have used it before, and I do like the color I had already got. I think for today's video, looking at the colors we have to work with, I am going to go with Auburn. This actually picks up a lot better than the other color I have, just because the other color is much more subtle. Okay, this is too much. But I do like it. I just was a little too heavy-handed there because I was playing. Okay, blended in. That is a lot better. I like this blush. I like this color even, just you need a little lighter hand than I used. Having said that, for $1, yes, I would probably buy this in every color. If the post office starts like driving up with huge boxes from Miss A, it's gonna be because I really like their blushes and their highlighters and stuff. It's just the full face products I'm still on the fence on. Okay, let's talk eyeshadow. I actually have this palette already. It is their Date Night palette. This is not $1 for the whole thing. It is $10 for the whole thing, so $1 an item. You get 9 shadows and then the magnetic palette that you can empty out, swap around with, so on and so forth. This glitter blue color, it's not great. I really have a hard time with blue eyeshadows anyway because I have blue eyes, but the pigmentation isn't great. It goes on really blotchy. I am just not a fan. And the black, I thought it would be nice to sort of blend in with other colors, darken them up, maybe use as a touch of primer. It is just not that good. The other colors, yeah, totally. I wear them everyday kind of wear, and it is fine, lovely, great eyeshadows. So, for this video, I picked up the I'm a Beach palette because I need a springy, summery, warm vibe going on with the weather we have been having. So I really liked these colors. We're going to try a few of them on and put together an actual eye look and see what happens. Okay, I think to start with, I'm going to use this matte yellow as sort of a transition color, and I'm just going to go in with a finger on this one. Okay, this is really, really pigmented, and I love it. Okay, I like the pigmentation, I like the feel, I love this pop of yellow color. I think to go with it, I am going to do an outer corner in this matte red color. They also have a glitter red color, but I think the color is going to be sufficient with this look that I don't need glitter. Okay, this color I'm not loving. It's a bit like the blue. It's not going on really pigmented. It's a little blotchy. It's clinging way more to my finger than it is to my eyelid. So I am going to say that is a fail. And I am going to go over the top of that with some brown then to see if we can correct this. Oh, that was pigmented. Okay, well I was so surprised by the level of pigment in there that I ended up going much, much heavier than I anticipated, but that's okay. We will get this blended out. For the center of my eye, I am going to go with this teal color. This is also nicely pigmented. It's a lot brighter than the teal I used for my 70s video too. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a brush and this white glitter color in the inner corner. Okay, I am just going to take a minute to lean in closer to the mirror, get a little more of this yellow, and blend out the whole eye look. Okay, so here is the eye look. The teal did not blend as well with the other colors as the other colors did with each other. Still, it is a lot of color. I would probably go in with fewer colors for an everyday look. I also went in with a little of the brown and gold mixed together on a brush to smudge out the lower lash line and a hit of the white at the brow bone. So this is definitely a full-on eye look. But as you can see here, the yellow and teal did not blend together very smoothly. So I would probably pick one or the other to go with the heavily, heavily pigmented colors in the future. And then to go with this huge pop of summery parrot on my shoulder kind of color, I'm going to go with a little more of a neutral lip. I have a lip liner and a liquid lip in the color Tender. These are both the AOA brand, so let me go ahead and put on a lip here. Okay, here is the look with just some liner around the outside. It went on well enough, but it was a little crumbly for my taste. And then this is the Wonder Matte lipstick. Okay, it is not drying down nearly as quickly as yesterday's metallic lipstick, but I'm hoping this means it's gonna wear a little smoother. I do like the color. It went on very nicely. It feels very good on my lips right now, but it has not finished drying down. So while it does that, I'm going to put on... Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to put on some mascara. I did not like yesterday's mascara with the AOA Fat Lash at all. It didn't really help my lashes. It crumbled and left black flakes all over my face throughout the day. And that is the only mascara I was able to order from them. So we are going to go with the Wander Beauty Mile High Club mascara that I just got in a subscription box. Okay, this is 2 coats on the upper lashes and 1 on the lower lashes. I really like this. I might like this better than my current Clinique High Impact. Okay, I think that is all we have to be putting on today. The lipstick has dried down. It is now seriously sticky though. So I don't know how well that's going to wear at all because the next thing on my agenda is some more coffee before I expire. I am going to spray on some more of this anti-frizz spray from Miss A. I put it on yesterday and it smelled great, but I paid no attention at all to my hair, so I cannot tell you if it works yet. However, it did make my hair smell like coconuts all day yesterday. It was kind of delicious. So, for $1, I would totally use that up just to smell nice. Okay, so I will check back in with you throughout the day and let you know how this is going. Okay, so it is not even an hour later. I had breakfast and I had some coffee, and I don't mind if a lipstick cannot last through food. Plenty of lipsticks have to be reapplied if you're going to sit down and eat something. What I mind is that it stayed so sticky that I spent the whole meal thinking I had food on my lips, and when I was done, it was even worse. Like, it felt like my lips were covered with syrup. It was a disaster. And it came off on everything. This lovely peachy color is everywhere at this point. The lip liner itself was fine. I used a makeup wipe to take it off, but it stayed on. I assume you could do a whole lip with the lip liner and it would be okay. But I could not leave that lipstick on any longer, so we are actually going to go for a shockingly bright look today. This is not the color I would pick to go with this eye look, but it is the color Mania, and this is one of the AOA Bullet lipsticks, so we're going to give this a try now and see what happens. Okay, that went on shockingly well. I have not really cleaned up the application. You can see I haven't done the corners of my mouth and the waterline and whatnot, but it went on and it's not moving. It dried down like the second it touched my lip. Do not screw up the application of this. It will be a disaster. Okay, so this is already dry. I literally just finished putting it on. It's a little tacky. But I'm not sure if that's an after effect of the other lipstick and maybe I didn't take it off completely. But it does not feel as grossly sticky as the other one at all. It feels more like a regular lipstick being slightly tacky, so this is workable. The color is not nearly as bright as I thought it was going to be from the tube, though it is still blinding. It's almost fluorescent red, if that's a color. So we'll see how well this particular lipstick lasts at my next check-in. Okay, so I popped back in the bathroom after dinner to check on my makeup. First, I have to say, I have had 2 meals since I put this on. It's not looking picture perfect, but dang, it ain't going anywhere. I actually had a very messy lunch, and 1 dot of it transferred, cleaned up perfectly, and that's about it. The eye makeup still looks good. You can still see the problem blending that really highly pigmented teal and gold. However, everything else still looks very, very nice. I would just pick one highly pigmented one out of the pan at a time, or have something between them to blend them together a little better than this. The blush is still looking good. I'm not regretting my heavy hand once it settled in. It's been just trucking along all day. The brow pomade has faded a bit, but it still looks pretty good. The most surprising thing is I'm a little shiny. The powder didn't have great staying power for that, but it did not get cakey. And the foundation is still on. Okay, it was a hot mess. The applicator is terrible. I don't know how you could possibly get more than a couple applications out of that bottle with the broken eyedropper thing they got going on. Having said that, what I got out still looks pretty nice. I am shocked for $1. If they would fix their applicator problem, it would definitely be well worth it. Well worth more than $1 even. So I'm liking what's going on here still. I might touch up the lipstick just a smidge before I get on with my evening, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with all these. I will probably touch base with you one more time. While you're waiting, go ahead and hit subscribe. Okay, so here I am at what is essentially the end of the day. The lipstick is going strong, so switching to the Bullet lipstick went wonderfully. I did touch it up earlier, but I haven't done anything with it since, and there has been much food and drink involved, so I like this lipstick. It's worth more than $1. The color's good, it stays on, it doesn't transfer, thumbs up. The foundation did start breaking down maybe 2-3 hours ago, but it's not bad. It's mainly around the nose and some on the cheekbones where I'm sure I have been resting my face on my hands. So not terribly surprising. The concealer has also broken down quite a bit in here. It's looking quite splotchy and it's settled into some lines. That's the bad news. The good news is that the eye makeup is still exactly how it looked this morning. The mascara, which was the Wander Beauty mascara, is still looking fine. You can see there are no black flakies going on. My brows did fade a little bit throughout the day, but after their first bit of fading with that pomade, they just stopped, so no further changes in that. I haven't talked about my hair, but my hair is great. It smelled like coconut for about half the day. There is no real frizziness going on. There's a little flyaway action from me working outside in the wind, but overall, I really love that $1 anti-frizz spray, and the smell of it is so fabulous that even if it didn't work, I would probably keep using it just for the scent. So if you would like to try some anti-frizz spray and smell like coconut for $1, you really can't go wrong. Overall, I'm really pleased with all the products I used today. I was a little underwhelmed by some of them yesterday, but I'm really happy with the stuff I used today, with the exception of this morning's lipstick disaster. I think that one is destined for the trash can. So here is our look at Miss A makeup. There is some really fabulous stuff there, so if you are looking to buy some cheap makeup for $1, go crazy. I will be back with an unboxing in my next video, so hit subscribe, come back and see me.